Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for Foxcatcher, which is a brand new movie starring Steve Carell, Channing Tatum, and Mark Ruffalo. Now, this is based on a true story, I should say, which a lot of movies this year are. Some of the best movies of this year are. And it's weird because when you read the cast of this movie, Steve Carell, Channing Tatum, and Mark Ruffalo, you would think this is some sort of comedy. Especially with Steve Carell in it. He only does comedies. Well, most of the time he only does comedy. Sometimes here and there he does a little bit of drama, you know, some dramas with some humor in it, like, what was that, friggin' Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, and I'm probably missing a couple here and there, but for the most part he does comedy. Channing Tatum is really popular right now for the 21 and 22 Jump Street movies, and Mark Ruffalo is popular for The Avengers and many romantic comedies of the past, so that's a great trio for a hilarious comedy. Foxcatcher is based on the true story of a man named Mark Schultz, played by, in this movie, Channing Tatum, who is a kind of crazy person. He's mentally unhinged. It's really strange. He lives on his own. He has his brother named Dave Schultz, played by Mark Ruffalo, and they are brothers. They are Olympic brothers. They actually won both gold medals in the Olympics for wrestling. They are both wrestlers, and they are pretty damn good at what they do, except Mark Schultz is kind of living in the shadow of his brother Dave Schultz, who everybody thinks is much better. Everybody likes him more. He's more charismatic, where Mark is kind of more shy. Not really shy. He just doesn't talk much, and he does look like a crazy person. He even has the overbite, which is just, he looks like a disturbing dude. He does. He seems like a guy you just don't want to talk to in this movie. Now, when Mark Schultz gets called over to a guy named John DuPont, played by Steve Carell, who is a rich, like, you don't even know, I guess he sells guns and stuff. He's a rich man. He has huge acres of land. He has like many houses on that acre of land. He has tons of horses and stuff. And this guy is a crazy looking dude, but he says, hey, I want you to work with me. We're going to make our own wrestling team, and we're going to go to the Olympics, and we're going to win. I want to see the United States win in the Olympics for wrestling. I want to see you do it, Mark. I believe in you. And of course, John's just like, yeah, let's do it. And in a way, Mark and John have a father and son like bond in the film. And the movie, of course, progresses more, where Dave comes into the picture and he joins the team, and then Mark becomes more distant to everybody, and yada yada. Don't want to spoil too much in this film because it's a very interesting story. But I know a lot of people are going to walk out going, there wasn't much to that movie. The last 10 minutes is where everything starts to collapse, and everything that it's been building up to just happens, and then the movie kind of ends. And a lot of people I just feel a lot of people are going to walk out going, that was a really depressing movie. It felt very cold, very just deprived of happy or joy or whatever. The little moments here and there where, you know, Mark Ruffalo's character, Dave, comes onto the screen and is kind of fun here and there, gets sucked out from Mark Schultz, Channing Tatum's character, just being a complete dick, and just it gets sucked out because he's just such an unlikable person. I know a lot of people are going to say that, but to me, it's a very interesting story of two kind of crazy people, John DuPont and Mark Schultz, kind of building this relationship, and then it kind of gets destroyed in a way, and then you get to see the breakdown of both of those characters, or those people, because this is based on a true story again. But I'm going to say it in the terms of a movie, those two characters. And it's really interesting. It really is great acting from everybody. Steve Carell, I know he's a good actor, but he is so freaking good in this movie that he needs to stop. And what I meant to say, he's a great comedic actor. He needs to stop doing comedy and just do straight up drama, because he is so good at it. He's really good in this. He's quiet a lot of times. He does a lot of staring, but those stares just like, oh man, this guy could freaking just out of nowhere burst out with a gun and just shoot everybody. And I wouldn't be surprised. And then he just does some like a happy smile, and I'm just like, oh, okay, he's kind of a nice dude. But before that smile is that creepy stare that just looks like he's about to go insane. And I really loved his character. I loved him in it. Channing Tatum, the same thing. He's pretty much the younger version of John DuPont in this film. He's a very disturbed young man. He doesn't have a father figure, just like John doesn't. He has his mother, but no father figure. And he's just a guy that just likes to be alone and just wants one thing in life, and that is to become a wrestler, a really well-known wrestler. And you know, it's very similar to what John wants. He wants to be He wants his team. He wants to be well known for having the best team in America, for wrestling. I don't know. It was really interesting. And Dave is a great character as well. I really like how he's kind of like the in between the two of, he's not insane at all. He has his own family, he has his own priorities, but he loves his brother and he really wants to work with John so he can make more money for his family. And I found that very, very interesting. I don't know. I really like this film. I find it really enjoyable to watch because it's not very enjoyable to watch. It's a very cold, bleak film, even when nothing bleak or cold is really happening. It just feels like something bad's happening. It's very tense. It's very it's building up to something. And when it builds to that thing, it's a devastating blow. It really is, especially if you don't know the true story. Now, I did, sadly, so I knew that was going to happen, but it is still a devastating blow, even if you didn't know the story. If you do know the story, if you didn't know the story and you're going into this, it is a devastating blow. It's just like, whoa, okay. I should have saw that coming because it was kind of building up to it, but damn, I still didn't see it coming. Even though I knew the story, I still didn't see it coming. I was like, oh man, why you do that? I was like, oh, I already knew. What am I doing? So anyway, this was a very quick review, and I know it was very all over the place, but I really just wanted to let my feelings out for this film. I really do love this movie. It's a great film. It's not the best of the year. There are a couple problems here and there. There's parts where it gets a little slow, I will admit. And I will say that there's some supporting actors here and there that show up and kind of disappear, especially Sienna Miller, who plays Dave's wife in the film. She shows up for 3 scenes. I really like that actress. I really want to see her in more stuff. And I heard she's really good at American Sniper, so hopefully we get more of her in the future. So, but still, there's a couple moments where it does get a little slow, and I would like to see more of Sienna Miller. But for the most part, this is a great film. I'm going to give it a 38 out of 40. Excellent. Definitely go see this movie if it opens up wide enough for you to go see it in a local theater of yours. Thank you, and goodbye.